Hi, Lo, and welcome to
Lost in Africa.
I've been goofing off for the past 7 years. But due to the pandemic, I've returned to my ancestral home and sat down to finally do some editing. In this episode, our Rendille friend Robert, who I like to call Roberto, invited Hosea and I to his village in northern Kenya to attend a naming ceremony for Rendille warriors moving on in the circle of life. Like ceremonies around the world, there was a lot of food, and in the arid north of Kenya, this means meat. Lots and lots of meat. There was also dancing, with singing, and other interesting aspects of village life, as well as town life, as we got to attend a modern/traditional Rendille wedding. So
grab a backpack, a bottle of water, a couple 2-tree sandwiches, and your walking shoes, and let's get lost in Africa. Ouch. Ouch. You're the best.
Jose and I love staying in little villages in northern Kenya. But whenever we do, we have to be up and out of the tent before the sun rises.
Okay, 6 o'clock in the morning. No toilets in the village. Oh, the sun's coming up. And you have to walk out in the bush. I like to come out early before everyone else gets up so that they're not all staring at the white guy doing his business. So, here's my spot. I think maybe we could see the village in the distance there. Yeah, you can see some of the huts there. Let's see. I think this is far enough away so that I could have some privacy. I hope. It's one of the, I don't know how you'd say it, one of the weak points of staying in the village. And this is going to be my spot, my ponga to dig a hole, water to wash my hands, and there's my toilet paper in there.
I'm a city boy, but when I'm in the village, I like to get up early in the morning because I like to see the village coming to life. The ladies coming out to milk the cows and the goats, and the men coming out to milk the camels when they're available. And just people moving around, and the colors of the morning, because usually in the north of Kenya in the morning, the sun is shining. There's not many cloudy days. So you see that beautiful light on their skin and on the animals and on the trees. It's really beautiful.
Breakfast time. Hosea first thing in the morning. Well, not first thing, but after doing whatever as we do.
I said earlier about the ceremony, the naming ceremony, like ceremonies all over, there was a lot of eating and a lot of meat. And of course, they can't go to the supermarket, so that means slaughtering a lot of animals. And I interviewed my friend Robert. He's going to talk about the naming ceremony. So Robert, why do the naming ceremony? What's the significance of the naming ceremony?
It's like a marking of generation. Like now we have so many generations. We have our fathers. Like my father is a Kimaniki, and then we have El Terito, Kimaniki, El Kororo, Kichili, and Moli, and then this one is called Metili. Now that one is just marking of, because our ancestors marking of our age groups, and if somebody wants to marry, you are now just makes you to marry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your ancestors
You are
used
now
to do this,
a
so you're
man,
just
a
carrying
full
out the
man.
tradition.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are just a full man now. You can marry because you have just made you that you have a name. You can now go on with your life. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the Pokot, they do a celebration called a Sabana, which is when you become a man. They put a mud skull cap on your head, but you don't do that.
We don't do that.
So what you do is this ceremony, the naming ceremony.
The naming ceremony.
And after that, then you can get
You
married.
can marry. You can marry, but many have just married, but they'll do something like a fine. They put them as a fine.
Okay.
They'll pay something. Like now, the man you have seen is taking that to his mother-in-law or his father-in-law, that God,
Okay.
because of that, to make that like a fine.
Okay.
Mm.
For marrying before
For
he went to the
marrying
naming
before
ceremony.
than me going to for naming ceremony.
And how often do these naming ceremonies happen? Because you told me that the boys in the ceremony this time are between 13 and 19. So that's a 6-year gap.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that this happens like every 6 years?
After 6 years, we do after 6 years, and then they stay another 6 years. They marry. Some will marry from now. These 6 months, 6 years, they can marry.
Okay.
They still this age group will continue up to 12 years,
Okay.
and then we start another new generation. The other
So
age
so
group.
it could actually go up to 12 years, not
12
even 6
years,
years.
not 6 years.
So from now, from this year, 2013,
Yeah.
it's possible that the next naming ceremony here for this village won't
To
be
be-
until 2025.
Yeah,
12 years.
12 years. After
Wow.
12 years,
Oh, when you did your naming ceremony, do you remember it?
yes.
So what did you guys do for your naming ceremony?
Mm,
How many animals did you kill?
because we are many,
How many were you?
we are about 650, 680.
But not just from this village, from villages all over the area.
We are all in one village, and then we have just done it down here, just some kilometers near the tank.
Okay,
Remember the place near the tank?
okay.
But we killed a lot of animals. We killed about not goats. Goats is about 100, and camels were 68, cattle 48.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Because today, this morning, when we went, I counted 21 goats on our side of the river.
Mm.
On the other side of the river, it was about 40.
40. And these ones are
No,
only
61. 21 and 40.
only firstborns. You know, this generation have not. We started living about beating the girls.
Okay.
It's a little bit because of HIV and what this abortion. We try to tell them not to beat the girls. Now they are just going as a girlfriend. Just they don't do this now. But our age group, Ulmole, many have just done beating of the girls. Now you must be that time. If you have beat the girl, you have to kill the big animal. You have to give your mother-in-law a big share of a meat that you see that you are a man, a real man, that you can feed your wife now.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say beaded, that means engaged.
Engage, yeah, it's the same as engaging, but you have to buy many beads for the girl
Okay.
to beat them, to beat the girl,
Uh,
beating.
I didn't see any girls in the village these past 2 days that had a lot of beads on. So there's no girls in this village that are beaded right now?
No, they don't allow. The ones who have just beaded the girls already married.
Okay.
They have just because they have just tried to live about this beating of girls, but they are allowed to tell them than beating the girl, you have to marry first, and then you continue the life.
Okay.
Than beating.
So it seems to me that the majority of the ceremony is actually,
Yeah.
if you want to say, sacrificing animals and then sharing the meat out, isn't it?
Sharing the meat together, friends and.
But I noticed that the meat, the animals that are killed, it's the mothers of the boys that get the most of the meat, isn't it? Because it didn't seem like there was much meat for the men.
Men, yeah.
Did you notice that?
Because they know that men are coming even to the village to eat the same with the mama.
Oh,
The head now.
Oh,
The head, that's why they are just given a piece they share with even those who are coming from outside. Because we have so many visitors who are coming
okay.
from different villages who are not doing this
Okay.
naming ceremony.
So each family, it looks like each family has to kill at least one goat a day?
If you have two sons, you have to kill one. The second day you kill another one. The third day you kill another. Firstborn start again. First,
Okay.
second, fourth, four. If you have one son, you have to kill four. No, you have to kill two.
Okay.
If you have one son.
Okay.
If you have 4 sons, you have to kill 8
Oh,
times
okay.
2.
But you said in your generation you killed camels and cows.
Yeah.
So is there anybody in this naming ceremony that killed a camel or a cow, or has it all just been goats?
We have two. Even my brother-in-law have just killed the cow.
A cow.
And one.
Was that this morning?
No, yes, the first day.
Okay, because I
The
didn't
first day,
see.
you
All
did-
I saw today were
Yeah.
goats.
First day.
Okay.
Around they've just killed about cows, 7 cows.
Okay, so not many. No camels?
No camel, one camel,
Okay.
one camel.
So yeah, as I said, to me, most of this ceremony is about killing animals.
Yeah, killing animals and dancing, but this generation they don't like to dance as our generation do.
Okay, so
Our generation was dancing even when we come from in the morning, then going faster to we dance here. Even in the night we dance. Even with girls dancing all the day, because you have just been. They want all the girls are coming to the. We have near Nabo. We have a small place usually where dance. And all girls are coming there to dance with the warriors all the day, even now, all the day up to the night. Even this generation, I see that there are many things are changing. Even in the tree, many people are coming here. Like even wazes, they get a lot of meat. But I see today, meat is little, not as many as our generation was.
okay.
Because even the second day, nobody in this generation, nobody is killing two cattle at one.
Okay.
Just is killing one cattle and one goat.
Now wait a minute. Since your generation, there's been other generations, right?
Before.
This isn't the next one.
The next one is this one from my generation.
From your generation,
Yeah,
this is the next one.
that's the
So
next
how
one.
long ago was it that you did your generation?
12
12 years ago.
12 years.
So there's been no naming ceremony for 12 years.
Yeah.
But boys have gotten married in that time.
Yeah. Boys and
Boys that were not in your generation, they've gotten married.
yeah, in our generation in our generation nobody was supposed to marry before.
Okay.
You are not supposed to marry. But
So in your generation, was there anyone, you said supposed to, but was there anyone in your generation that was married?
only one person, because his father was killed and he was single. He was one son and he was blessed by wazes, and they say that let him marry because he's one and his family is dead. His mother is dead, his father is dead, and the wazes say that they say that better he marries to get children than this family end this like this.
Okay.
You have to have children before you
And
die.
you said there were 680 of you. So
Yeah.
not only one out of that 680 was married.
Only one.
But out of this generation, how many do you think are in this generation?
In this generation, I think half of them have just married. Half.
But how many guys are in this generation?
I think 400.
And half of them are already married.
Yeah, already 200 are already married. This is head. This meat is for women, but this part is for women. But this one only the what do you call it? The ear is for men.
Okay.
Usually gives for the men.
The ear is for the men.
For the men. And then all others, like the neck, it's for women. They prepare for some dry fried meat
Okay.
for themselves to use them
Okay.
after the.
So her son is part of the naming ceremony.
Yeah,
And he killed a goat.
I got two goats now,
He killed a goat yesterday. He killed a goat today.
today.
And so she's taking the meat off the bones, and it's for the women to eat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what happens to the skins of all the animals that are slaughtered? They prepare them for leather.
This woman can't do it. I'm doing good. Oh, I'm getting. Look what she's doing. See that knife? See what great work I'm doing? Okay, my arm is tired. So this girl just got married. When did she get married?
She's married. 3 days now.
3 days.
Married, yeah.
Okay. And ask her, how is marriage so far? Is she happy with the marriage?
You Oh, he's saying it's okay. She's happy.
Robert had mentioned earlier that if a warrior marries before the naming ceremony, he has to pay a fine. And this young man did marry before the ceremony, and he has to take a sheep to his in-laws, and he's preparing the sheep right now. And then there were many people that wanted to go to the in-laws' house, and I thought it would take up too much space for me and Hosea to go together with all these people. So I told Hosea just take them, and when he was there, he filmed what happened inside the hut with the sheep, and so we're going to watch all that.
How many people can we get in the car? Let's see.
On the surface, it seemed like a pretty simple thing, but I noticed people were getting in the car, people were getting out of the car, and I just decided, you know what, just a beautiful scene, let me just film it and just hang in the background and yeah, film, take some photos and let them do whatever they're going to do. Finally, Hosea got in and it looked like they were going to go, and then he got out of the car. Then more people came along, and it was just a lot of confusion. It was kind of amusing, and that's why I'm showing all these videos, although I guess you really had to be there to appreciate the humor in the whole thing.
Gotta put the lovely socks on, the red and white socks.
But when I was filming this, I was watching, I was thinking, what a beautiful scene.
Robert, how many more are getting in the car?
2 in town.
The light was really nice. Maybe not the best light, but really good light. And these guys with all this colorful dress that they had on. And I mean, look at them with the feathers on their heads. And they're getting in and out of my car. I mean, it's my car. And these guys are getting in and out of it. And I just stood back and, you know, I kept on filming. And gosh, to me, it's just absolutely gorgeous.
Looks like Robert's gonna guide them.
Kalau masih gale, ya.
Kara degi yang mereka yuk man. Anak ini kordo dalam gule, dalam pada kore. Ambil coba kerja bukan bulan lagi nanti. Kora dalam. Ya. Lai, tidak. Ini di dalam apa? Cara kita orang
Back in the day when Jose and I used to travel, some days it'd be really hot or dusty or frustrating or whatever. And the way to calm ourselves is we'd try to find a town and get a cold Coke, and then we'd be much better. And this day we decided to go to Laisamis to get a cold Coke. And when we were there, I don't really know how it happened, but we ran into somebody that said, "Hey, we want you to be in our wedding convoy." So we joined up with them and ended up going to a wedding. It was a modern / traditional wedding in Laisamis town. So let's have a look at that and see what we see.
It looks like we're going to be part of a wedding party. They're decorating my car. We just pulled in. So, and that's the father of the groom right there with the hat on.
Yes.
We began our time taking part in this modern / traditional wedding at the church. We drove from there in the convoy to the home where the bride and groom and bridal party were waiting, and then we drove back to the church. I'm going to show some of those videos because you get to see Laisamis town, and I find it kind of interesting because, well, it's changed a lot in the time that I first went there, and I'm sure that even now it's even more different. So let's have a look.
The groom and his best man. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Where's my phone? Where is my phone?
Oops, sorry.
Wow! Sebenarnya
Supposed to be beeping the horn, Hosea.
I had heard about these modern / traditional weddings and wanted to see one, so it's kind of cool that we got to see this. But the best part of the wedding, I think, was these girls singing and dancing. Even the crowd in the church loved them. I mean, they were full of energy, and the song was really catchy, and they danced really well. And, well, everybody enjoyed it. And so you get to enjoy it too. The wedding is over. Thank Google, because it was really hot in that church. And now it's time to party. And this guy really knows how to party. And he even has his dancing partner right there with him. So let's enjoy his moves. And now it's time for the wedding party to show us their moves. And as the wedding party danced, I decided to show you guys the crowd. Laisamis really came out for this wedding. And some members of the wedding party decided to come up with their own routine. It was pretty good, especially with this person with the water bottle. People in Laisamis really know how to party, that's what I'm seeing. We were very thankful to have been invited to that wedding. It was a great experience, and we wished the couple the best of luck. When we got back to the village, we found they were in a dancing mood. So let's enjoy some Rendille dancing.
Oh,
This was the final evening for these young gentlemen to dance as warriors, so I hope they had a good time. As the sun rose the next morning, we were outside the compound made just for warriors, as they were preparing for the final day of the naming ceremony, and a new generation of warriors would take their place. By the end of this day, these warriors will be considered men, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that go along with that status. So of course, they want to look fantastic for their loved ones. So, out come the mirrors, fix their faces and their hair so that they could look great for the big ceremony. Well, although these young men are now elders, they've still been given some time for more festivities. That's great for them, but also for the villagers, especially the Rendille ladies who are still in the mood to dance. Too bad you weren't there with Jose and I, as the singing and dancing is much more powerful in person. Maybe next time? 2025? Okay, Hosea, tell me about what you think of the naming ceremony. What is it about to you? What have you seen?
The naming ceremony was good because we found many gods were being killed. I mean, so many people were getting me. They killed so many animals.
Okay.
And they got a lot of meat. I mean.
Okay.
As you know, this place is very dry. They can't get vegetables, so it was good for them. And it was very interesting because we met so many people, so many boys, killing the animals. Even the boys came, so many of them. I haven't seen such many boys coming.
You mean the Morans, the warriors?
Morans, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So it was very interesting to me. Well, it was good that we came because we saw many things, like killing, preparing the skins, because they say.
What about the wedding that we saw in the church? What about that?
Even the wedding was so nice.
What was so nice about it?
We found some people were wearing traditional. I mean, like they were wearing like warriors.
Yeah.
And some were being with good clothes, like I mean. So it was very interesting because it was like ceremony. They were using old cloth, old fashion and new fashion. So we had two people, different people, wearing, different clothes.
Okay.
So it was very interesting.
And what about when we used to come on trips when we first started this show 2 years ago, we had a lot of problems with the car. We
Yeah.
broke down every time we were on a trip.
Yeah,
we broke
well-
down. And actually, that made it more of an adventure because we didn't know whether we were going to get to where we were going or not.
That's right.
And also, we spent so much time on the road fixing the car, which you
Yeah.
like to do actually.
yeah.
But it was a real adventure. Now, after 2 years of different mechanics and different work, the car is in pretty good shape, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very good.
So now that the car is in such good shape,
Yeah.
I think you don't want to travel anymore.
Well, we can travel.
No, you don't want to travel because now you won't have work to do on the car.
Well,
Because that was part of
And
the
that
adventure.
was not
Part
the
of the
reason.
adventure of the show before
yeah,
was driving in this car because, as I said, you never knew if you were going to get anywhere or not. And when you did, you were wondering what's going to break on the car. And it really, there's a saying, the journey is the destination. And it really, that was half of the adventure, definitely, of the places that we went to was with the car. Just always issues. And when you were driving on the road, you really felt the road. It was like driving in an old wagon. Not even driving, but
It's true.
rolling along in an old wagon because it
Yeah.
was so rough.
rough.
But
Yeah,
now
yeah,
we've had a lot of work done, and now it's much smoother.
Yeah.
Not like a brand new car, but much smoother. And
Nice. Yeah.
we really don't have the breakdowns now, so it's kind of boring for Hosea. But for me, I want to get to where I'm going, and I don't want to think, oh gosh, we're going to sleep on the side of the road tonight, or bandits are going to come along because we're stuck here. Which is we never were attacked by bandits, but there were times that we were broken down,
yeah,
and we thought we were going to spend the night, and we were worried about bandits coming along.
yeah.
But that never happened, and
Yeah.
I don't think we ever spent the night on the road. We always got the car fixed somehow. Hosea figured it out.
Yeah. Well, I was doing it because I didn't like to leave the car on the road. Otherwise, if we could leave it, we could not, get our vehicle back.
Yeah,
Because when it's stuck somewhere, you can leave it, there, but when you come back, you can't get anything. Because everything will be stolen. Even engine, even tires.
the engine, the tires.
Everything will be stolen. Then when you come back to repair, you can come with the mechanic, but when you you get there, you can't get your car. You will get a skeleton of your car. But now I'm happy it can't be that way. Until next time, Kevin and I will be lost in Africa.
Special thanks to Robert Dokole for inviting us to the ceremony, for translating, for explaining things, there were too many things to mention. You're the best, Roberto.